Hello everyone, Pineaaronapple here with our next episode of Titans, episode 6, Jason Todd. Last time the nuclear family came after our heroes, were beaten, and subsequently killed by their boss. After confronting said boss, Dick was assaulted by a group of armed men and saved by Robin? Our episode's namesake, Jason Todd, played by Curran Walters, who's done, well, nothing else worth mentioning. Without further ado, let's get into the episode. After a recap of the show thus far, we start off with a funeral. Lovely. Specifically the funeral of Dick's parents, and we get some insight into how Dick dealt with their deaths, and more information on how they died, and Dick's vengeful feelings. That I think is a great plotline for Dick, especially how he will be relating to Jason in this episode. And the thick layer of irony his parents' friend lays on is also a nice touch. The Robins introduce themselves properly as they carry away the asshole. Within about 10 seconds, Jason's personality is already established, and although I don't dislike how he's written, he is certainly not one of my favourite characters. I think that he fits the role he was made for, but his childish admiration and actions are frustrating in the long haul. But do well to contrast the two Robins. They head to one of Bruce's safe houses that denies Dick access. I love the feeling of inferiority and casting out that Dick is given throughout this episode. It gives us a good sense of how Bruce acts even if we don't see him. Dick is also irked by Jason's cavalier attitude towards the role of Robin. Where Dick had no choice and was fueled by nothing but vengeance, Jason thinks being Robin is dope, as the kids would say. As Dick is moving Dr. Arse into the bathroom, he scans himself and finds a chip in his arm, and discusses the current situation with Corey while removing it. He's quite vague, but gets the Titans to come to the safe house. Dick urges Jason to leave and hands him the tracking chip that was clearly from Bruce, and they have a small argument about why Bruce does what he does. But Jason has mail for Dick that sends him back to the circus in a pretty good expositional scene with almost no dialogue, showing his place with the rest of the circus folk. Although now they aren't doing so hot. They were even killed in the same MO of the Maronis, using acid, just like what happened to Harvey Dent in most of Two-Face's stories. Bruce had this case sent to Dick since the police are, well, useless. And Dick scours the Wayne network to find one of the members still breathing. Dick wants to find him, but Jason refuses to be sidelined. But in the middle of their argument, our other friends arrive. The scene that completes introductions between the team and Jason is great, quick, and snappy, and the scene is quite frankly hilarious. Corey and Dick have a heart-to-heart about Dick's replacement in front of Adamson, and Dick leaves Corey in charge of things here. This heart-to-heart must have done wonders, because on his way out, Dick relents and accepts Jason tagging along. The strongman shown at the beginning of the episode and in the flashbacks is shown getting ready and leaving his house as a shadowy figure tails him. What an arse, just dropping his ice cream like that. You know, someone has to clean that up, not to mention the starving children in Africa that could do with food. Jason makes Dick feel uneasy by speaking about his depressing childhood, that is quite similar to Dick's as they reach a nightclub where the strongman supposedly works, only for Jason to be refused entry. Dick finally meets his friend with a happy reunion that quickly turns depressing, while Jason sneaks in through the back. Clay brings a great connection with Dick to the table that not many other characters can show. I feel that this connection to not only Dick, but his parents as well, is a far better join than that with Bruce or Jason to create an emotionally compelling narrative at this point in Dick's life. Jason waves his shit-eating grin around, and Dick puts himself back in contact with Clay after some heartwarming discussion. And just as Jason starts making a fuss, a car explodes outside, leaving our heroes to investigate, leaving Clay inside. Although once Dick calls him to find his whereabouts, it's not Clay that picks up. This guy with a shitty mask is our villain, apparently the son of Tony Zuko. In Flashback Land, Grayson is having trouble keeping quiet about the deal being cut with Zuko because of his gang information, obviously enraged that his parents' killer is walking relatively free. So, in a great bout of judgment, Dick takes down the convoy moving Zuko and decides to beat the shit out of him. Zuko recognizes Dick as he lays into Zuko in a greatly filmed scene, but it seems the Maroney crime family were already on his tail. Dick then turns his back to let the Maroneys have Zuko and turn him into Swiss cheese. Damn. Unlike his abandoning of children and sulking, this scene actually does a good job of demonstrating Dick's darker nature due to his trauma. Dick and Jason talk about the ethics of Robin again, and they are cryptically contacted and threatened by Son of Zuko. But Dick has to do it himself, so he leaves Jason behind. They meet at this shithole, and Dick plus Zuko have a subpar standoff. His family and his face were melted by the Maroneys thanks to Dick, so he decided that Dick's family should suffer next. But thanks to a distraction from Jason, Dick can get Clay down with a minimal melting. But Zuko pulls a Glock on this Jason, and hits him in the chest. Too bad he's wearing armor. This culminates in a good fight between Zuko and Dick, but Dick dispatches him quite quickly. He then attends to Clay while Jason talks with the arriving police. Well, I say talk, really he just beats the living shit out of them. Although, I have to commend his feminism, because I'm pretty sure one of these cops is a woman, and he beats her just as bad as the rest. This scene is pretty well choreographed, and the degree to which he beats them is great to show how much darker Jason is than Dick, even in this adolescent state. Dick hears the commotion and comes to save the police, and he vehemently verbally assaults Jason for, attacking the people trying to catch the criminal. Dick leaves with Clay and patches him up. Their talk also has a great contrast with Dick's resentment of Bruce. Clay happy that Bruce could give Dick what he needed, something that the Carney strongman couldn't. Which is not only a great contrast, but a great character moment as well. Dick and Corey talk with some witty dialogue, and Dick just being a general downer, and Adamson finally wakes up with Corey ready to make him talk. But it seems he is adamant to only talk to Rachel. And with that sinister line, we end the episode. Overall, this episode was a great introduction to Jason Todd, even if he is fucking annoying, and very childish at times. This episode also does wonders for Dick in the character department, using the figures from his past, but the villain fell kinda flat in more ways than one. Although the choreography for this episode does stand up pretty high for the most part, unfortunately, there are other areas where this episode falls flat, like with the use of our main cast. Corey, Gar, and Rachel have almost nothing to do other than checking in with Dick from time to time. I give episode 6 of Titans, Jason Todd, a 5.5 out of 10. Thank you everybody so much for watching this video. Please like the video if you liked it, write a comment down below if you wish, and please subscribe to the channel, and if you do, ring the notification bell so you're told every single time I make an upload. Once again, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Toast. A little piece of toast. Because there's so much to choose from. There's brown bread, white bread, all sorts of wholemeal bread. It comes in funny packages with writing on the side.